Ukrainian military recruits are being put through basic combat infantry training here in the UK. Many of them hadn't fired a gun before they got to this training range.
The first day, it was a bit all over the place, I'm not going to lie to you, but certainly in the last 2 days we've seen huge improvements. And even just observing them from here, you can see that their positions are much better, their shooting is a lot better, and when we go down to observe the targets, that they are actually hitting them, which is good.
These Ukrainian recruits are part of the government's commitment to train 10,000 troops over the coming months. The programme was devised to allow Ukraine to rebuild its forces.
We sort of put a couple of principles around it based on the threat that they are facing of massed artillery in the urban environment and trench warfare, and then therefore around sort of principles of survive to adapt, so that in the first few weeks of combat they are learning as rapidly as they can do offensive spirit, and actually they can trust the basic training we've got, that it'll keep them alive and allow them sort of to go into the fight.
We're here to share the experience and receive British experience from the soldiers, to receive proper trainings from our trainers, and just combine that and receive the best and most valuable skills in no time.
Standard of UK Army, NATO standards is too high, and it's very important combine our military experience with your standards, UK Army, and compare and make our soldier better in military skills.
Around 1,000 UK service personnel are deploying to run the programme, which is taking place at training areas across the country. Around 600 Ukrainians are taking part in this one in northwest England.
I think it's important for anyone when they do training. They go to training areas where they can be removed from either outside pressures or outside influences. And, you know, Britain has said that we have a cadre of experienced non-commissioned officers and soldiers who can help train. Some of the people you've met today have actually been in Ukraine a few years before training the Ukrainians. We'll bring you to the United Kingdom. We'll help equip you and train you and get you ready to go back into the war. And while you're doing that, you'll be free from interference or danger, which in some parts of Ukraine there still is.
The course these volunteers are undergoing not only covers weapons handling, but battlefield first aid, fieldcraft, patrol tactics and the law of armed conflict.
I really do feel like we're making a difference, because they came to us as essentially civilians, and now 3 days into a training program, 4 days, they started acting like soldiers, they started thinking like soldiers, and they started speaking to us like soldiers. So for a difference, yes, definitely.
The government has promised to train 10,000 Ukrainian troops every 120 days, but the Defence Secretary has said Britain has the capability to do more if needed. Claire Sadler, Forces News.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.